Have you ever wondered what would happen if you truly saw God? Not just an impression or a feeling, but Him in His raw, unfiltered glory. John did. He was exiled, abandoned to the island of Patmos, an old man left to die. And yet in that place of isolation, heaven opened. It reads in Revelation chapter 4 verse 1, I looked and behold, a door standing open in heaven, and a voice said, come up here. In an instant, John was caught up, and what he saw was so overwhelming, so other, that the man who once leaned on the chest of Jesus could do nothing but fall down as though dead. This is what happens when we see Him as He is. This is the beauty realm, the dimension of God's majesty, so vast, so weighty, that it undoes everything that we thought we knew about Him. And yet, the door is still open. The voice is still calling. Will we come? Before we even reach the throne room, John makes one thing very clear. Revelation is not a book of events, it is the revelation of the God-man, Jesus Christ. Not just the suffering servant or the teacher from Galilee, not even just the resurrected Lord. This is the unveiled Christ, radiant, terrifying, utterly beautiful. John knew Jesus better than anyone, and yet when he turned to see Him, it was not the familiar rabbi that he saw. It was fire, eyes like flame, a face like the sun in its strength, a voice like 1,000 waterfalls. What if the Jesus you think you know is only the beginning? The Gospels reveal His humility, but Revelation unveils His glory. John had seen Him on the cross, and now he sees Him on the throne, and he is utterly undone. It reads, behold, a throne stood in heaven with one seated on the throne. John is immediately pulled up into the heart of reality itself. Not the chaos of earth or the threats of Rome, but the throne of God. And yet no description of the throne itself is given, only the one who sits upon it. Jasper and carnelian, not a form, not a face, but light, burning, living, radiant beyond description. God dwells in unapproachable light. What does it mean for us that at the center of all things is not a political power, not a system, not even a movement, but a person whose beauty is beyond comprehension? Everything is defined by this. The 24 elders fall before Him, casting their crowns. The 4 living creatures covered with eyes see Him and never recover. They cry night and day, holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. This is not a dry ritual. This is the eruption of worship from those who see, and yet they never stop seeing. Every moment another glimpse, another unveiling, another facet of His glory. And again, they fall down. Why do the elders cast their crowns? Because they have seen something greater. All their victories, all their achievements, all their rulership, thrown down in an instant before one infinitely more worthy. This is what beauty does. It reorders everything and exposes the lesser. The closer we get to the throne, the more we realize that He truly is the only treasure worth having. He is the reward. He is the inheritance. And the crowns that we once thought were the goal, they are only meaningful in being laid at His feet. A door is open in heaven. The call still echoes, come up here. This isn't just a vision for John, it's an invitation for us to behold Him, to be undone, to throw everything we have down at His feet. Not out of duty, but because His beauty has ravished us. And if we will see Him as He is, we will worship as the elders did, with no thought of ourselves. If we'll behold Him, our crowns will mean nothing in light of His worth. The great tragedy isn't suffering, it's not loss, it's not even hardship. The great tragedy is to go through life and never see Him. Will you look? Will you come? Will you let His beauty break you?